Hola chicos! We've been spending a lot of time working with the preterite. Now we're going to move on to the imperfect. And we did talk about this a little bit with our project. We talked about it specifically for the weather and descriptions in the past tense. We're going to use the imperfect tense to talk about actions that would or used to happen regularly. So for example, every summer I would go to the beach with my family. Or I used to play with my toys in the winter time. Now some expressions that can clue you in are generally, generalmente, often, muchas veces, never, nunca, every day, todos los días, always, siempre. The irregular verb endings. The wonderful thing about the imperfect is there are very few irregulars. What we need to remember are these regular endings. Aba, abas, aba, abamos, abais, aban. My ER and IR verb endings. Ia, ias, ia, iamos, iais, ian. There are no stem changes in the imperfect. So like for example, dormir, which had a stem change O to U in the bottom two forms of my chart. Dormí, dormiste, durmió. We don't have that happen here. It's lovely. Por ejemplo, I used to play soccer. Jugaba al fútbol. Used to play is understood in that jugaba. We always ate pizza. Always, siempre. Siempre comíamos pizza. They never ran. Nunca corrían. They generally walked. Generalmente andaban. There are only three irregulars in the imperfect. Ser, when we use it in the imperfect, is like saying was or used to be. Yo era muy inteligente de niña. Tú eras muy travieso. Era, éramos, erais, eran. Ir, when I use it in the imperfect, it's like saying used to go. Todos los veranos yo iba a la playa. Ibas, iba, íbamos, ibais, iban, ver. Now really, when you see these conjugations, it's not really that irregular, it's just that we don't chop off that E like we would normally chop off the ER. Veía, veías, veía, veíamos, veíais, veían. Now, I is something that means there is or there are, and that's in the present tense. When we change it to the past tense, había, it's like saying there was or there were or there used to be. When you were looking at your projects, you probably heard me or read my comments to use había from haber. So, en el lugar había muchas montañas y muchos árboles también. Another example. Normalmente hay muchas tormentas en Texas, pero el año pasado no había tantas. So there are normally a lot of storms here, but last year there were not as many. Another ejemplo. When I was little, I used to watch Captain Planet. Cuando era pequeño, veía Capitán Planeta. When we were babies, we used to go to McDonald's. Cuando éramos bebés, íbamos a McDonald's. He used to be smart. Era inteligente. Notice how a lot of words are combined in the meaning of era. En el próximo video vamos a hablar de los usos del imperfecto.